welcome to Massasoit Radio. Today we have Richie Hanna in the house.
What's up, guys? Richie Hanna in the mix. First time being on a podcast, yo, it's crazy, right? Yo, it's crazy. But yeah, man, we here. You know, I'm here to share you guys my music. Hey, hopefully y'all enjoy it for real. You know what I'm saying? Got my man's Paul in the back, you know, with the cameras and that. Make sure I look good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All that. Yeah, man. Well, let's get to the first track, and so I can explain how I made that.
All right, we throwing on Richie Hanna's first track here.
Okay, so I know it may sound a little wonky or not, depending on the person, but that is my first track. Now, I wouldn't say my first track, but it's like my first official track, you know, thing that actually gets people's head bumping, you know what I'm saying, on beat, nice chords, all that. Now, the inspiration for that track, I made that track all the way back in like 2021. I know, a long time, right? 5 years ago. Crazy. But yeah, no, not 2021. I lied. Oh my God, I'm a liar. Okay, so I made that all the way back in 2023. But yeah, inspired by artists like Autumn, Summers, and a bunch of other producers like Silo, you know, people who used to make like Plug and B and all that. That's what I got inspired from. And I was working on BandLabs at the time, so I didn't have the VSTs to make what I really wanted. And VSTs is basically just like virtual instruments, you know. I didn't have the right sound, so I had to just make do with what I got. So that's what I did. I just took some of the BandLab stocks, the stock sounds, and just made that, you know. Yeah. See, the beat's kind of like a run on. This is before I knew how to like arrange and all that. So you gotta like bear with me, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bear with me. It's like, yeah. Yeah, and I was on BandLab for a minute. Like, that wasn't the only BandLab song, but like I was on BandLab for like a hot minute. Like,
Yeah, I got a question back here then. Like,
what's up?
So you're on BandLab, you're taking inspiration. You know, I like that you're not afraid to tell people, you know, these are who I was inspired by. You know, I started off with not the best technology, but I worked my way up anyways. What's it like now using the kind of technology you use now versus what you started with?
Oh man, it's great. It's a huge upgrade. Cause for a while using BandLabs, I'm like, it's like, okay, it's, you know, I just started, everything's new to me, right? But when you use the same things like thousands and thousands of times, it's like, all right, like now what can I create? I need new sounds for new inspirations, you know what I'm saying, to spark new ideas. So when I got FL Studio, I was like, oh wow, this changes everything. Oh my gosh. Like this, like I finally got the sound selections I want. I could finally like make the, what's it called? Make the beats that I always wanted and stuff like that. Like, sparked so many new ideas.
Like, it broke you out of your limitations?
Yes. Okay. It like broke me out of my limitations. I felt like I create whatever I want, like literally. That's how I feel versus, like, yes, BandLab you can too, but like with FL, like I could really make like whatever I truly wanted, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it was great. Now, when I first got FL, it wasn't, it wasn't the best. Like it wasn't the best. Like looking back at the first project of FL, I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, it sounds a little wonky because I'm new to the program, so like it's not that. It's a little, you know.
Okay. What's the next stage in your journey you want to hit us with, though?
The next stage I want to hit, I do want to like start writing songs and like start producing and all that. Or dumb producer, but like I want to start like just writing songs, like, back then I used to make songs, but I never took them like serious though. It was just like for fun and all that. Just trolling and all that, that and the third. Shout out to Alex. That's the person who got me into music in like the first place. He lives in Florida now. He used to live up here, but we always used to make songs together. He's one of the reasons why I'm like kind of like here today, to be honest. Yeah, like even though he doesn't make music anymore, still like from the times we've always made music, like that just always stuck with me. So I kind of thank him for that, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the next track you gonna hit us with?
So the next track I'm gonna hit y'all with, okay. Now, this track uses sounds from Sonic games, because, your boy's a gamer. I love my games and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this... It's gonna use sounds from Sonic, the Center Third, blah, 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 all of that. I'm gonna have my man's Paul play it, and I'll go more in depth on it.
Here it is, more Richie Hanna.
So, that track right there, I didn't give it an official name yet, but it is Sonic inspired by the early like 90s like Sonic, like games like Sonic 1 through 3, Sonic CD. That's mostly what's inspired from. Now, the way how I got those sounds, not all the sounds, but the main stuff you hear, like the chords, I got those from... what's it called? It's like website. They're called sound fonts. And basically a sound font is like the raw version of a sound from like original soundtrack, basically. That's what it pretty much is. So I could take the sounds from the game and manipulate them to how I want. That's pretty much like how that works. So what's it called? So when it comes to making like beats like those, like song type beats, like those beats normally are like they got like that Bobby Brown, New Jack Swing type of vibe, all that. So that's pretty much what I had to do. And fun fact, I was pretty late to this interview, so I had to literally make that last second. So that's the funny part too, like last second. So yeah.
So you were hitting that Sonic speed over there.
Yeah, I was hitting that Sonic speed, man. Yeah, I grabbed my little keyboard and just went to work, Just went to work.
It's so inspirational. So you took sounds from a game and used them in a way that the game wouldn't even have dreamed of using them.
Yes.
So just the same boops and bops in a completely different way, completely new recipe.
Yes, exactly. I literally took the same sounds that the game used and just went to work.
All right. Well, what you got for us next then?
So my next track. I can't take myself so serious. So the next track is called Final Fantasy Theory, inspired by another game franchise, Final Fantasy. Paul, hit that.
Yo, Richie, hit that.
Fantasy. Yeah, I'm so stupid. But anyways, though, yeah, Final Fantasy theory. Now, it's funny. Now, this beat has a little story. So as I'm trying to learn music theory, because, you know, like, I'm a producer, and I think every producer is always learning. I don't think it's like you've learned everything. I feel like even professionals can say that, like, they're still learning, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like music theory, like, I'm still pretty new to it. Like, I got a little this and there, but anyways, so I'm making music theory, right? Practicing. And one thing I like to do is, like, I always say I'm gonna practice, like, oh no, this isn't gonna be like an official beat, I'm just gonna practice. But when it sounds too good, I'm like, damn, okay, now I gotta make it an official beat. So yeah, that's what I did. So I'm practicing, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. This gives me like kind of like a Final Fantasy vibe, low key. So I'm like, hold up, let me just start adding more to it and then more to it, right? And you know, I like me hip hop. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like hip hop. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try to combine these two elements into one, right? And when it comes to like Final Fantasy and all that, I usually try to like, when it comes to me trying to like make an inspired sound, I always try to make it sound like it's from the actual thing. I always try to make it sound like it's actually from the game. When people hear it, I want you to be like, oh, where'd you sample this from? Like, oh, what game you sampled this from? Or like, I'm like, nah, like, I made that from scratch. Like, everything you just heard, made it from scratch. That's the goal I try to do when making beats like those. Yeah, like beats like those in particular. Now, another thing I do, I almost forgot. Another thing I do is, what's it called? I normally try to... Okay, let's say I want to make like a Zelda beat or something, right? So what I would do actually, or a Zelda type beat, what I actually would do is I'll go on the internet, I will search up like, okay, what mode or what scale is these games made in, and I'll just like try to copy that formula. If they say this song was made in like A minor or something, then I'm like, okay, we're gonna do A minor. If it said we're using the Lydian scale, okay, we're gonna use the Lydian scale for that, right? So that's what I would do. So for the Final Fantasy, I literally just went on Google and was like, okay, what mode, what scale, and what key do they normally use? And I'm like, oh, that's what they use? Okay, bet. Now I'm about to make that. Yeah. And I just love their music in general, man. Like, their music's just, it's great. It's like, it captures the ears, captures the heart, soul, all that. Shout out to Nobu for making those great tracks. He's actually the original Final Fantasy composer from, I think, like the 80s to like maybe early 2000s. That was his runtime. But hey, during that time, he was making the greatest stuff, genuinely.
Yo, so you're all about authenticity. Like, you recognize where you got the inspiration from,
yes,
but you also are true to yourself. All right, if I'm making something original, it's completely original.
Yes.
If I'm making something that I'm following my inspirations, I ain't afraid to follow my inspirations, and I like to make that clear.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you're a real one over here.
Yes, I am as authentic as they can be.
All right, Richie Hanna, what's the last track we got?
So the last track I have, you guys are gonna like this one. So this last track, I know everything you guys just heard was like, you know, hip hop drums and all that, but I want to let you guys know it's not just a hip hop producer I'm trying to be. I'm also trying to make stuff for movies, all that, right? All that. My man Paul's gonna play it. I'll go way more in depth. that one right there, this is what I mean when I say I'm going to make stuff more than just hip-hop anything. I'm going to make what these movie composers do, what these what's it called? People who've been composing orchestras for how long? I'm trying to tap into every genre. I'm not trying to stick to one. I'm trying to tap into everything. Not just hip-hop, not just this, not just that. Everything. I'm trying to make the same composing music that you would hear in like a Marvel movie or like in a game or something. Like that's the type of stuff like I'm trying to go for right now. That's me. That's what I'm trying to go for. Now, this beat is actually the first time I actually used my electric guitar to to make orchestra, because I made orchestras before, but this is the first time I ever used my electric guitar. Now, was it difficult? Not really. The only thing that would be difficult about it is just trying to mix the audios and like all that. But other than that though, smooth. Now I was contemplating if I wanted to use drums or not, but the cinematic drums, that hit. That stuff hit. It hit. But yeah, funny story about the guitar, right? So the reason why I have an electric guitar in the first place is because like I try to find like a VST of a guitar, like a virtual instrument guitar, and you know, they're all butt. So I was like, you know what? Let me just buy a guitar myself. Now, playing a guitar is like at first it's pretty challenging. I'm not gonna lie. I would say like for me personally, learning the basics of a piano is easier than like a guitar. But as I played, you know, I got better, and I got to the point where it's like, okay, I feel like I'm comfortable enough to actually make my own stuff with it, as you heard. So yeah. Was learning the guitar difficult? Yeah, of course. Like learning anything new is difficult, but was it worth it? I mean, you heard it, so yeah, it was worth it. It was pretty worth it.
Richie Hanna here on Massasoit Radio. Richie, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Richie Hanna. You can find me on TikTok, Richie Hanna. You can find me on YouTube, Richie Hanna, and SoundCloud too, Richie Hanna. You can find me on those social platforms. Coming to Spotify and Apple Music soon, though. But yes, you can find me on all of those platforms.
All right, and what we got to look forward to from you?
I would say look forward to new original soundtracks by your boy, me. Look forward to future collabs with friends of mine, you know what I'm saying? New collabs with people. And also, you know, look forward to me even hopping on the track. Not yet, though. Your boy needs to practice, so not yet. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
That was Richie Hanna on Massasoit Radio.